シャーロック・ホームズチャプター1ですね。音がでかい。48時間前。堕落してますね。
Oh, I do apologize. Am I disturbing you?
No, please. Do come in, Mrs.
My name is Miss Alice de Bouvier. I'm Mr. Holmes' new neighbor.
Oh, I didn't have the pleasure to... I am Dr. John Watson. Could we provide you with any assistance?
Oh, she is not the concern, Watson.
I'm... Then, what is this about?
Oh, that child standing sniffling behind her. Get rid of him, Watson.
But he is shivering with cold. And he is upset. What happened to him?
Little Tom knocked at the wrong door.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Oh, boy, come in. Warm yourself by the fire. Can I offer you a cup of tea, Mr. Bouvier?
Well,
It is not as though we are disturbing you-know-who. Are we?
I suppose not.
Since you are our new neighbor, it is perhaps better that you know what he's like.
You're starting to worry me.
Well, Mr. Holmes is relapsing. This illness that he has seizes him when he finds himself with nothing to do. He becomes completely asocial. And alas, this is a very difficult, medically incurable case. Now this must stay between us.
Of course, I understand. How very sad.
But there is a cure, if only a temporary one. A thrilling inquiry. Most certainly. If he refuses this one, then his condition will worsen.
Oh, I am still here, you know. I didn't fall out of the window. Very well, then.
Thank you, miss.
まずは観察。泣き晴らした目。青白い肌、栄養失調。トム、1887年生まれ。トムは8歳、ほころびがきれいにある。思いやりのある両親。なんか入ってんな。ロンドンの地図。字と地図を読むことができる。弱々しい腕。これは1000点制以上。以上か。観察を終了。完成した人物だ。
Now tell me, boy, what brings you here?
It's my father, sir. He's missing. I don't know what to do.
まずは
What's his
名前。
name?
お父さんの名
George
前は
Hurst, sir.
ジョージ・ハースト。何があった
And when was the last time you saw him?
3 weeks ago.
3
He
週
left for a
間
new
前
job.
仕事に出かけていったの
But
が
this
さ
time,
でも様子
he
が
was
変
acting
で
a bit
何かに怒っ
strange
てた。
angry.
どのように変だった
Strange. In
ど
what
の
way?
よ
He said to me, "Son, I'm out on a special job. Don't you dare move from here." I think something went wrong.
Missing, eh? And what do the police say?
The police, they don't believe me. They say he's just abandoned me. But that's a lie.
Obviously. Your clothes are well mended and you can read. Your parents may be poor, but you are loved.
Yeah, well, it's just the two of us now. My mother died when I was a little one.
And that's just one more reason for not leaving you. Your father doesn't seem the irresponsible type. He's very good to you.
Well, that's right. But he has no fixed work, so he often takes odd jobs for the day, 'cause that's all he can find. Only this time, he didn't come home.
3 weeks? That's a long time.
Well, every day I thought he would show up. And anyway, I can look after myself. What do you mean, sir?
Nothing. I was digressing.
あ、間違えた。
Very well.
12.
Who asked for money, Tom? Your case seems to be the very medicine I need. I'll meet you there shortly.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. うん、一箇所間違えちゃった。着替えるか。さあ、ハーストの家に行くか。
Poor child. Holmes, you should have...
さあ行きましょう。ホワイトチャペル。到着。
These streets are too narrow for the cab. I'll have to walk.
ノースストリート。
North Street. Dorset Street.
ドーセットストリート。12番。ここか。ここやな。いい。
'Tis our home, Mr. Holmes.
まずは話を聞い
Please,
て。
sir, find my father.
オッケー。見つけてやろう。
Tom prob...
さあ、
So that's why you came to see me. A collection of worn-out and second-hand books. George Hurst was providing his son with the best education that he...
Father bought all those.
Food's running low. It's already 3 weeks since George Hurst's disappearance. Well, I can see the preparations for peasant soup, a clever concoction for somebody with apparently no culinary skills.
メモ。
Hurst covered his bills ahead of time, thus providing Tom with security and sustenance.
My mother, sir. She died when I was very young. My father told me what she was like, but that's all I have.
I'm sorry. Old clothes, soiled and worn. The old Tabard pub, North Street. Glue. Probably taken from a wall.
The roof leaks all the time. Father used to fix it.
It's too dark. I can't see anything.
ろうそくで火をつけよう。
A leather satchel, what's in it?
Hmm? 手紙？
Just some old things. The old Tabard pub? Did you hear anything about it from your father, Tom?
My
George Hurst's work was varied. He was evidently a hard-working and valuable hand.
こっちか。パブに行くか。
Good day, Mr. Holmes.
Well, if it isn't young Wiggins. And I see you found yourself a job.
If you can call it that. I hate it. But if you've got any proper work for me...
I just might be in need of your assistance later. Wait here. I need to earwig to find out who is offering this special job.
Sa, 聞く耳を立てよう。
No. That fellow who's offering the special jobs, he never drinks alcohol.
一滴お酒を飲まない。
Equality for the working class.
I'm glad I'm my own boss. I can complain only to myself. Or to Watson.
The man who's offering that special job has a proper set of mutton chop whiskers.
マトンチョップヒゲの男で
So,
酒
the
は飲
man
ま
I'm
ない。
looking for has whiskers and never drinks alcohol.
Hige. Mizu.
This must be the man that I'm looking for.
見張るか。 スケープ。お、動き出した。メッセージ。探して
グビングビングビン。
何グビングビングビン。
Interesting. Missing person. I should find out more.
ああ、首ね。
No.
10月の初め。
The longer the picket line, the shorter the...
You see that gentleman? I need you to follow him and report back to me.
尾行しろ。
All right, Mr. Holmes.
Alright, Mr. Holmes。まあ、尾行とはどういうもんか教えてやろう。いた、あいつだな。さ
Whitechapel never changes. Dirt and beggars everywhere.
I couldn't pay the rent last week.
Pumpkin, cabbage, cheap.
危ねえ。
They won't let me pass. I'll need to find another way.
別の道を探せ。
Rich folk feed meat to their dogs. I can't even remember what.
Living costs are too much these days. My son has to work down the sewers. He's only 7.
What are you waiting for?
Ah, boys from the Bruisers gang. Better keep out of their way.
Stop crying and get to work.
いじめられとるな。
I'll be able to continue the chase if I climb up the chimney, but it's dangerous.
くそ、行くしかない。
Take a brush and get in there. Go on.
肺がやばいぞ、肺が。やばい、死んでくんじゃん、これ。 やばいやばいやばい、死ぬ死ぬ死ぬ。もうちょいや。ナイス。
He's still here, that's a relief.
ナイスだ。よくやった。やば、むずいわ。
都合のいい木の板ですが
間違いない。くそ、見失ってたまるかい。行くぜ。
Where did he come from?
What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor early in the morning?
歌うのやめろ、じじい。びっくりするわ。
Oi, what are you doing in my garden?
いや、赤いびっくりマークついてんや。見失ってないから、目の前にいるからびっくりするな。
I know that boy. He's...
靴磨き。靴磨きなんかしたことねえぞ。どうすんだ？ピカピカにできるんか？まずは汚れを落とす。
This could be useful with a small brush. Hurry! This could be useful with a small brush.
出た。
What are you doing?
I'm sorry, sir. I'm still learning.
黒いのつけてねえや。めっちゃ警戒された。あ、えぐ。ついやな、マジで。
Damn! I need to find another one.
またか。
Alas, the weather's good. Last week was freezing.
I'm praying it doesn't get cold again. I've no money for coal.
あ、馬車に乗りやがったこいつ。
I can't lose him now.
ナイス。よう気づかんなこいつも。
Interesting. What's going on in the yard?
こっから上がれるのちゃうん。ナイスだ。いいぞ。ホブギン。ホブギンだったっけ。
Do only 2 people live here? I wish one was me. Bags of food. I like this house.
食料がいっぱい。住んでるのは2人。窓から見える。
Ah, a coat of arms. It might help Mr. Holmes.
紋章。
I'll make a drawing of it. Wow, a lot of expensive stuff.
高そうなものばかり。
Time to report to Mr. Holmes. Let's get outside before I get caught.
もういいのか。よし。帰ろう。さらばだ。さあ、いよいよホームズ君、出番だ。
Wigan's tale was quite unusual. What do you make of what he found, Holmes?
Wiggins did a good job.
紋章ね。間違えた。
That's not the one I need.
マシュこれか。イギリス。なるほどね。貧民層に食料供給、衣類などを提供している。
Here it is.
Ready?
So this man could be Lord Marsh. Huh. A lord who hangs around in a public house. Let's pay a visit to Lord Marsh. We'll pretend that we're interested in his charitable activities.
ということで、ワトソン君行くぞ。
Mr. Holmes, you have a visitor.
Oh, just ask him to wait.
I'm afraid that won't be possible. This young lady refuses to wait for anything.
What?
Father!
Caitlin!
Miss Caitlin's boarding school was flooded. Everyone was sent home.
As if it could smell any mustier.
My word, how is it possible that you have grown up so fast?
You'll be staying. Wherever will we put you?
Holmes, I'll give her my room, of course.
What do you have to say, Kate?
You're on a new case.
A respectable lady who's being blackmailed? Or is it a love story between a prince and a suffragist?
However did you guess?
You will tell me, won't you, Father?
But you'll make Watson jealous.
All right, then. Have fun. I'll go and unpack. Will you help me, Mrs. Hudson?
It's wonderful to have Kate home.
Marsh kill. 도착.
Holmes, about Caitlin.
Yes?
She has grown up, hasn't she? Don't you think it's time to tell her?
To tell her what, Watson?
Well, about her father.
Never. Absolutely never. Do you hear me?
Holmes, you were responsible for the death of her father. You owe her the truth. She is old enough now.
I would lose her. Can't you see that? She must never know, Watson. Is that clear?
Holmes.
It won't and can't happen.
Come in, please. Good day, gentlemen. Welcome to my home. How may I help you?
Good day to you, Lord Marsh. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson.
さあ観察タイムだ。目が悪い。体調不良。金の指輪資産家。あ、それはわかるわな。足病気だな。薬強力な鎮痛剤。個人秘書。支給された飾り、資料クラブの一員。聴診器内科。
I hope we're not disturbing you. You are with your physician?
Yes, this is Dr. Reuben Fisher. But no, please, I'm intrigued by your visit, Mr. Holmes.
I'm glad to hear it. The last thing I'd wish is to upset the patient. Lord Marsh, can I just say that I admire all of your efforts in assisting the poor of London?
Yes. It is a war that we must fight, on our streets and now too from my home. You must surely have noticed those bags full of items, clothing and books for the unfortunate.
That is inspirational. At my own humble level, I too try my best to support those in need. I thought perhaps that I could be of some assistance.
I don't see why not. I already have the valuable assistance of Dr. Fisher, who happens to be my personal physician.
It's curious. Your face seems familiar to me, Doctor. Oddly, I'm associating it with Whitechapel?
Well done. You are right. I do occasionally frequent a few hostelries over there, would you believe it? Not that I am a drinker.
But there, dressed as a working man, I can approach the other fellows to see if they might be interested in a special job.
A special job? May I ask what you're referring to?
Certainly. Since Lord Marsh began his special education program in 1889, he foresaw that such people would need an occupation of some kind. And so, with or without education, we propose these opportunities to work with Lord Marsh. It offers the less fortunate a chance to help make London a better place.
That's remarkable.
Yes, indeed. In order to truly see, one requires vision, yes? But also insight. And Lord Marsh has believed this since he was a child.
Oh, Dr. Fisher makes it all sound so romantic. Let's close this topic.
Forgive me, Lord Marsh. You're looking very pale. Might I offer Dr. Watson's assistance?
That is kind of you. But I feel confident that I can provide Lord Marsh with the care that he requires.
How long have you been like this, my lord?
I'm fine, Dr. Watson. Don't fuss. It's only influenza. I'll be better in a few days.
In that case, why are you taking such powerful painkillers?
Excuse me, what do you mean?
Mr. Holmes is referring to the pills on your table.
I'm sorry, but that's a medical confidentiality. Lord Marsh believes that he can help.
Is there something else that interests you?
A provision dealing with the paupers of Whitechapel.
ワイドチャペルの供給品。
Lord Marsh, hunting with his friends.
寮の写真。
Ah, my dear comrades, Lord Collins and Lord Harrington.
ハリントン家。
If it wasn't for this godforsaken English malady, I'd be with those rapscallions right now.
All in due time, my lord.
Last year, 3 orphans were put through medical college. Thanks to Lord Marsh and the special education program, a great many poor people will have a second chance in life. John Strobridge. I've seen this name before. It was on a missing persons poster.
勝手に鉛筆書いちゃっていいんかいな
I can't quite work it out. Do you have any idea as to the number of people who might owe you their lives?
Oh, don't embarrass me, Mr. Holmes. But indeed, these people have become like a family to me.
That would be a fairly large family, I imagine.
Yes, the list would be longer than any of your short stories. As for how large, well, Fisher is the one who keeps record.
Might we take a glance at the list?
I regret that is impossible. It is confidential. I stand firm upon that point, Mr. Holmes.
I quite understand. We'll most certainly send a donation towards your educational program. I shall take my leave then. I thank you both and I wish you all the very best, gentlemen.
Likewise, Mr. Holmes.
行方不明特殊な仕事。違うんかい。これか。特別教育マジ？特別でこれか。たくさんあるね。一瞬。なんか関係あるやろうな。
I've never seen so many provisions for the poor, and so aid for the paupers of Lambeth Workhouse. Humanitarian aid for an orphanage. It's shut tight. It's shut tight.
I'm intrigued by the special education program.
I'm gratified by your interest in my charity. You're the first who has offered to help. despite my title.
Lord Marsh... Lord...
Is there...
It appears that Lord Marsh spent a great deal of his money on aiding the poor.
戻っていいんか？
I'm intrigued.
戻るか。ワトソン置いてきたんちゃうん。ホームズかん。とりあえずトムに事情を聞こう。
Mr. Holmes, do you have any news about my father?
Tom, not so fast. I wanted to ask you if you remember your father mentioning anything about a special education program.
An education program? No, he only talked about a special job.
What's this box, Tom?
Oh yeah, I just found it, Mr. Holmes. It was ever so well hidden. I've no idea why.
Well done, my boy. It could prove very helpful.
トムが見つけたんか。ホームズ見つけ出せや。どっかの鍵。
Wolfjack. Looks like a military badge. This oil can also be used on weapons.
油。
A ramrod to clean a rifle.
銃の掃除に使う米屋。
Tom, does your father own a rifle?
A rifle? No. If he had, he would have shown it me.
I'm sure that he wouldn't have shown it you. I need to find this rifle.
バケツ。ドロドロした液体。油。
This scrap of cloth was used to oil a firearm. Tom, does your father have any other property?
No. Well, at least I don't think so.
I have to take Toby. He'll take a sniff of the oil, and we'll find that rifle.
ドビーを連れてくるか。ロードが長いのが欠点やな。ちゃっちゃちゃっちゃ移動してくれや。到着。ドビー行くぜ。
Come on, Toby. It's time for you to earn your keep.
生活費を稼ぐぞ。 足短い。
Watson?
I prefer to visit Lord Marsh. I'm worried about the condition of his health. I prefer...
頼んだ。さっきのウルフジャックを調べとくか。希少ウルフジャック。
Here it is.
半分狼。半分狼、半分ノウサギのこと。ロバット偵察隊が彼ら自身の愛称として使われていた。偵察隊は英陸軍で初めての公式の射撃団になった。なるほどね。あ、ドビーおるやん、ちゃんと。偉いな。あー、眠たくなってきた。到着だ、ドビー。さあ、油の匂いをたどってくれ。
Search, Toby, search.
いいね、音楽。シャーロック・ホームズっぽいな。いいね、マジでいいね。こっちだ。ここだ。ワイツスリーや。さあ行きましょう。ジョン・ハースト。こっちには何もない。鍵がかかってる。
People use this cellar for storage.
地下室を倉庫代わりにしている。
Just some old things.
古いガラクタ。
Old things.
古いもの。扉が若干違うな。
Tom's photograph. Let's try to get inside.
この部屋だ。ピッキング。楽勝だな。こんなことになってしまってすまない。しかし理解してほしいことがある。
News clippings on lords in the education program. Why are they here?
マーシュ教友人のハリントン教、コリンズ教と共同で行っている特別教育課程の創始者。貧しい者がより良い生活と豊かな未来を築くための援助をしている。
Let's compare this list with the evidence that we found earlier. This is the list of selected participants for October's special education program. According to this poster, John Strobridge is missing. Let's compare them with people from Hearst documents. This man appears in both documents.
トーマス・ケリーやな。パトリック・タナー、レジナルド・ステーブル、バッテンがついてんな、今見たら。ジョン・ストローブリッジ。
All the people in Marsh's document are marked and dated in George Hearst's files.
まだや。まだ推理しない。地図を見て。
A map of Epping Forest.
エッピングフォレストの地図。ジョージ・ハースト名誉ある軍人と称え、ここに感謝の意を表する。
This case must have been full of cartridges. There was something on the stand. There was a rifle here. George Hearst took it with him.
よっしゃ。ここでの情報は以上やな。よっしゃ。推理タイムや。10。別れの手紙、違うんか。準備、特殊な仕事、これか。で、貧民村の名簿と特殊な仕事、違うんかい。貧民村の、あ、こっちか。行方不明か。S1 参加者全員が行方不明になっている。別れの手紙、傷、拒否、特殊な仕事、帰らない覚悟、傷、拒否、ウォーターメインクラブ、傷とロバット、あ、そうか、そういうことか。所属していたこっちかい。で、新聞とこれか。 近い。で、これか。情報を集めていたね。特別教育課程をきっかけに行方不明になった人々の存在を知っていた。うん、ハーストは知っているね。さあ、忍び込んで。
Holmes, what are you doing here? What are you planning?
A mission of my own. You must play the role of the conscientious doctor while I sneak inside Marsh's house. That's the only way of helping little Tom.
おそらく裏口があった。
The window is firmly shut.
さあ行くぜ、ホームズ。
How can I help you?
I came to visit Lord Marsh.
What for?
I would very much like to see Lord Marsh, if you please.
Oh, you're so clumsy. Can you please not...
I have to visit Lord Marsh and offer him my services.
Fisher, please, allow Dr. Watson to enter.
Good job, Watson.
よくやったワトソン。塗装。開け方が曲がっている。指紋。
Let's see how hard to crack this safe is.
Doctor, it appears that you were impatient to pay me another visit.
Indeed. Will you allow me to examine you? A second opinion, so that the great Lord Marsh does not become the late Lord Marsh.
Well, since you put it that way, very well.
Shall I retire to your office, Lord Marsh?
No, please, Doctor. I insist that you stay. I shall need your assistance.
Will you break anything else?
I'll try my best.
Phew. 貧民から手紙が来てんだ。 も調べられへんや。よし、開いたぜ。
November 7th. This means that the meeting is planned for today. Lord Marsh is a keen hunter.
正体狩りの虜正体ウォーターメインクラブ。熟練ハンターですな。
I'd suggest that your current weakness is perhaps more than a simple case of influenza, Lord Marsh.
Where might your companion be, Dr. Watson?
Oh, he's busy poking his nose into other people's business, I'm sure.
My lord, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I must remind you about your meeting.
Is it already time? My apologies, Dr. Watson.
You're going out? I'm not sure that's wise in your condition.
I value your opinion, but misery never rests, and I am needed.
Well, do please take...
Thank you, Doctor.
いよいよもう少しだな。次かな。まあいい時間やんでこの辺で終わろうかな。ワトソン乗っとるやないかい。
A map of London and its surroundings.
Holmes, come here. This is serious.
Watson, what are you doing at my table?
I just need to check one thing about Lord Marsh. My intuition tells me that his cough...
病気ね。
Let's study it more. sputum with tiny drops of blood.
セリに混じった少量
I
の
could take
血
a sample and examine it under the microscope. Let us apply chemicals to color the sample. Now, let's examine the colored sample under the microscope. Mycobacterium. It appears that Lord Marsh is seriously ill.
結核?
Holmes, this is no longer a laughing matter. It is just as I feared. Lord Marsh is suffering from tuberculosis.
You don't say.
Yes, I do say. And Holmes, he will die if he is not transferred to a sanatorium as soon as possible.
And yet both Lord Marsh and Dr. Fisher are doing their best to hide this fact. How interesting.
But why?
Why indeed, Watson?
Oh, but... Oh, dear God. You don't think that Lord Marsh contracted tuberculosis while aiding the poor? How terrible. I have a commitment that I can't possibly cancel. Holmes, during my absence, please be extremely careful. This disease is highly contagious. And remember that we have women at home.
Thank you, Miss Alice. Until later.
I'll see you soon, Caitlin.
Where have you been?
Our neighbour lent me a book. She is so kind. I think she likes you.
I doubt that.
How is your investigation going?
It's going. Dracula?
Yes. It's forbidden reading at my boarding school. Did you know?
Well, well.
Dracula.
This is so romantic. I can't wait to tell all my friends about this. It is thrilling.
さあ最後の調べ物。ここやな。グランスト。おそらくはこれや。
Here it is.
魔女の木。
Constance Oak is in Epping Forest. That's the place indicated on George Hurst's map.
で、地図で場所を
Let's try
探
to
し
find
て
the place from the hand-drawn map.
さあどこだ。あった。
Here it is. Drat. I'll need to hurry if I want to find out what's going on at the forest.
さあ次回森に行きましょう。
Father, that boy Wiggins, does he come here very often?
He helps occasionally in some of my cases. Why do you ask?
I'd like to talk to him.
Talk to him?
Father, back at school there are only girls to talk to, and they are so boring. I'm sure Wiggins has lots of exciting stories to tell about his life in London. It would be so romantic.
Kate, Wiggins is not the sort of boy you should be socializing with.
So he's perfect then.
Oh, Kate.
I'll leave you alone now.
で、さらにか。エッピングフォレストに行く。OK。では今日はここまでにします。どうもありがとうございました。